It's springtime, as you know, but many people are still feeling the winter blues, this year especially. We're coping with a number of new stresses, coming off a challenging time, and now maybe you're returning to work or other in-person obligations and engagements, and that might make you feel a little stressed or nervous. As Dr. Gail Saltz joins us live this morning with a reminder to keep our mental health a priority. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. It's really an important conversation as we transition back to a quote-unquote normal or previous life where we imagine being maybe happy about that, but that can come with a lot of nerves and anxiety too.
Absolutely. I think many people, frankly, coming out of this year are finding that they're experiencing some sadness, feelings of loss of things that have been lost during the years. They might even feel depressed. Other people are feeling anxious. It's just been a year being fearful about a lot of things and a lot of uncertainty. And as you said, maybe they're coming back out, but they have nervousness about that as well. Like what's safe to do. Some people have developed problems over the course of the year, drinking too much alcohol, taking other kinds of substances, because they've been trying to cope with what's going on. So we're really looking at a unusually large number. The CDC reported a 41% increase in the past year of clinical depression and anxiety disorders.
So I guess the question is, how do you identify whether it's gotten to that point? Because right now we're kind of in a collective state where we've all complained over the past year and we've all kind of thought of it as, you know, the most miserable time in our collective existence. But how do you know it's something deeper and that you need professional help?
You're right. Many people are feeling these feelings. And look, if you're able to manage the feelings with, you know, you're exercising regularly, you talk to people around you, family and friends, and that makes you feel better, that's great. But if you find that most days, every day for a couple of weeks, you're feeling either, you know, really sad and weepy or very anxious and jittery, or maybe highly irritable and having angry outbursts, if you find that it's affecting your sleep, if it's affecting your appetite, your ability to concentrate, or you're having something called anhedonia, the loss of ability to take pleasure in things that previously did bring you pleasure. Certainly if you have thoughts like life isn't worth living, but even before that, these other things are signs that you actually may be experiencing a clinical depression or anxiety disorder, and you should seek treatment.
One of the things that's emerged over this quarantine time period has been the emergence of telehealth and its accessibility. It's become kind of much more commonplace. That's got to be very helpful for people who might have been hesitant to seek therapy.
Oh, yes. This is a huge silver lining of this year. I'm pairing with Next Gen Healthcare to let people know that, first of all, telehealth is very available. And secondly, actually, when it comes to mental health care, the data suggests that telehealth is every bit as effective as in-person meetings, particularly for mental health care. And for many people, it's just going to make it easier for them to have an appointment. Maybe the person isn't that close to where they live. Maybe the person isn't easily accessible to them. Maybe they feel like they're struggling so much it's hard to get out of the house and get to the appointment. Telehealth makes all that possible, and it's very effective. So I do want people to think about that.
Just as we wrap up, Doctor, what can somebody do if you see a friend or a relative who really feels like they're struggling, or you observe that they're struggling? What's the right thing to say or do?
You go to them and say, I noticed this, and I would love you to have an appointment and get some help, and I can help you do that. You can go with them to nextgen.com/nextgenmind to look at the resources. So how do you find somebody? How do you set up a really good telehealth appointment? You can help them by going on with them and helping them to find someone and helping them to set up that first appointment.
Doctor, I was scrolling through your list of books, too. It's a very interesting read, so I'd love to have you back at another time to talk about some other topics. Thanks very much for today.
Love to do it. Thanks.
Dr. Gail Saltz, thank you.